Taxi operations at the airport were halted from 1 to 4 p.m. today, a time when a number of regional and international flights were on the tarmac. One of the organizers, Ronald Moore, who's under the co-op board, told CBC News they are no longer accepting lip service.
We were promised a raise by the start of the season, and the start of the tourist season is the 15th of December 2022, and that has gone. And that's about 2 weeks ago. So we agitated our work stoppage. This is the first start of what we can do going on from there.
Operator Kirk Shaw mapped out the rates for us and how unfair it is in comparison to the other ports of entry.
So say, for instance, the Bridgetown port. We are going to the Bridgetown port for $42, but the guys from the Bridgetown port is coming up here for $80. So all we're really asking for is a level playing field.
The situation is worrying for Haskell Drakes because he said most days some can't afford petrol.
One time you put $100 in diesel in a 14-seater, it could last you for 2-3 days. A 14-seater, now you're putting $100 in diesel, next morning you're going to be back at the pump. So you can end up spending $700 a week in diesel, and you're not making back the money.
And as for the ones who lease vehicles, it's even worse.
There are guys who are here before the sun rises in the morning, and by the time the sun sets, they're still here. And they have to do it because they have a living. Fellas have kids. We got mortgages, payments for vehicles. And worse yet, we have what is called a jockey. A jockey is a guy who drives for a person. So that jockey now has it harder than the owners.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Transport, Santia Bradshaw, says she understands their plight.
I would have spoken to the head of the Cooperative Society earlier today regarding, I think, their plans to basically bring work to a stoppage over this issue. I would have indicated to him at the time that we had approved at Cabinet a decision to increase the taxi fares. The challenge was that once we make the approval and have the decision at Cabinet, obviously it has to go to the Chief Parliamentary Council for them to basically prepare the order and also to make any amendments to the Road Traffic Act.
She said once the holidays are over, the draft should go to Parliament.
The good news is, though, that I was able to get sight of a draft of the order. I'm hopeful that by Thursday next week, when we meet for Cabinet, that it will be approved by Cabinet, and hopefully I can put pen to paper on the following Friday to be able to have the increase actually become law.